There are a lot of facts out there on the internet, okay, people? One of those is that Peter retired as a vet, obviously, which is not true. So, because, considering a lot of us know you from a movie that came out, and I don't know how many years ago is that now, 5 years ago, some of these facts that have been circulating about this particular movie may or may not be correct. So I was wondering if we could go through a few little facts about the film, and if you could just let me know if these are true or
set them straight.
Or set them straight.
Right.
Maybe adjust them accordingly. Now, one of the stories out there is a lot of the reactions in the film were natural, particularly the scene. We got Gene Wilder in the tunnel when he's kind of losing his mind and everyone looks a little horrified. Were those real horrified moments?
Right, with Gene spitting on us?
Yes.
Yeah, real spit.
Real spit.
Yeah, we were horrified.
I read this article about a stuntman when I was 12 years old, and I just sort of tucked that away into the back of my head. And my brother, who was 4 years older than me, he was already playing in the CFL for Calgary, and my intention was to go on and try and play pro as well. And I blew my knee out in college playing football, and I thought, oh, now's a good time to go look into becoming a stuntman.
Fun little town to be in, Niagara Falls. This is your first time in the Falls, is that right? Yeah, for you, it was your first.
I've never seen the Falls before, so I was checking into the hotel and saw it, and I teared up.
You did?
Okay, this is where Superman went on honeymoon with Lois Lane. And I really got emotional.
You've been on both sets.
Yeah, I'll change that one.
Mayans gave me more freedom. Like, when I was in Sons, I was always beefing with Charlie and Mama's character playing. So I was always pissed off on that shit. Mayans gave me more freedom because I was getting along with these guys, I guess, towards the end.
Really, it's about the story. You go to a barbecue with all your community people, and everyone's talking about what's going on in their lives, and whatever things that they want to talk about. Well, I come here, and it's not only about my story. It's about anybody who comes up and talks to me, and all of a sudden we're sharing this thing that. Look, I don't have to promote the movie anymore. It's 35 years old. It's already done. Like, my job, basically, as far as that goes, is finished. So why am I here? I'm here to share stories with you guys of this thing that we've all been involved with for 35 plus years, and it still matters. Many of us are having children of our own now, and showing their kids this thing, thus making them both part of the community and part of the ongoing story. So you asked me what I like best about coming here? That's it.
Being in the suit in the first movie, that's all I was doing. I wasn't acting, I was doing martial arts, even though when you're film fighting, there's always, the best film fights reveal character. It's not just motion, white noise. Something's happening in the story, and the character should be revealed through the motion and through the fight scenes. So you kind of are acting. But for me, it was just about martial arts. It was about Golden Harvest, it was about Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li. It was about following in those people's footsteps and trying to become the next Bruce Lee. That was like my whole mentality going into the project.
I am very fortunate that I was one of the only two kids to be in the prequel movies. So Jake Lloyd was the other kid. He came through at episode 1, and I came through at episode 2. But there's also another child actor from Star Wars that's sitting out there. His name was Warwick Davis. So Warwick was actually the very first child to ever play Star Wars, and I didn't realize when I got the role that there weren't very many children in this franchise.
Cancer has a way of sort of that whole idea of one day at a time, really putting quotations around one day at a time. And the one thing I know about people who've had cancer, or have cancer, or you've had somebody, what they need is love.
I may cry. Being here with all of you makes my heart feel so much joy and gratitude, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming, because I can't tell you how much it means to me. It's so healing, And it's so inspiring, and I love you, and I don't take it lightly at all that you guys come out and give us this kind of love. It really means the world. So thank you. If you want to call me Punky until I'm 120, I'm all good with it, because she is like the superhero that I lean into, and she gets me through so much, and you are all superheroes to me as well. So thank you, and I am so honored to be here, and my heart feels just so happy and full today, so thank you.
Had they been wise, they could have made a lot of money with that ride, but it was all nixed. The minute that it didn't make it at the box office, it would just all disappear.
They saw no future.
Yeah, they saw no future.
Absolutely
But
none.
you all did.
Yeah, thank you very much for making it happen, because it was in the aftermarket videos. Somebody came to me 4 years later, or whenever it was, something like that, and they said, we're gonna do another Tremors. I said, are you serious? I said, I never thought I'd hear from you guys again.
Like,
Did you take home any of your crop tops?
No.
Did you take home any of the shorts that were slit all the way up the side?
No.
That you played beach volleyball in?
Your mock turtleneck?
What did you take then?
No, I've got some silk shirts. There was one silk shirt that had the arms.
Still? Do you still have it?
I do still have that. I've got some of the shirts that we had in photo shoots. I have a jukebox from the H Pig counter. I've got a menu from the Beverly Beach Club summer episodes. I've got a treasure trove of.
Is the 13-year-old still in here? Do not steal like this, man. Don't do it yet.
I was thinking
If you've learned anything from this panel, stealing is bad, okay?
And the owner of the Jazz Club had been down vacationing in LA, and he came back and he handed me a present. Lenny Bruce comedy album, the first Lenny Bruce record, first comedy album I ever really listened to. No, the second one, Red Fox was the first. And he handed me a Lenny Bruce album and a joint. And I never even held the joint before in my hand, and so I took it, put it in my pocket, because back in the day, they had all that information about what would happen to you.
Reefer Madness.
Reefer Madness, that's right. Yeah, so I wasn't too thrilled about it. I took it, put it in my pocket. So he lit one up and handed me the joint. It's like, okay, go for it. And my first toke, and I remember the first time I took a nice big toke, and I was listening to music. I heard this music, and all of a sudden that music, I could see it.
Well, it's really neat being part of something that's nostalgic. That people are reliving their childhood. I'm actually getting worked up here, because it meant a lot to them. But now, it's nice that it's still on the air. You can still find it somewhere, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's somewhere else, whoever's broadcasting it. And it's multi-generational, it actually means a lot to us. Yeah.
I can tell. I mean,
yeah.
Just worked up.
I'm getting a little verklempt.
But that's amazing. Do you feel kind of the same way as well?
Oh goodness, yes. And every appearance we'll get people. There's at least someone who either talks about having watched it with a relative who's no longer with us, or the fact that thankfully, because it was either on PBS in the United States or Treehouse here, they were able to access it because they didn't have a lot of money growing up or something.
My grandmother heard a radio advert looking for short people to be in Star Wars. My mum responded to that, and I went up to meet with somebody in production who didn't audition me. She just said, well, how tall are you? And I said, well, 2'11". Great, go get measured up for a costume, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. That was literally it. That's the reason I'm here talking to you today, is because my grandmother heard that radio announcement. So isn't it cool how the universe works? Being in the right place at the right time can absolutely change your life.